Stop everything. 48 hours ago, Caitlin Clark was kneed directly in the quad on her own home court. The referee standing right there called nothing. Her own coach stood at the podium and said, with sarcasm, "She seems to always be initiating the contact." She went home that night with a fresh quad contusion, a recovering back injury, a minutes restriction, back-to-back games in less than 24 hours. And on Friday night, against the Seattle Storm, she walked back into Gainbridge Fieldhouse and dropped 45 points. 45 points. The most points ever scored by a Fever player in franchise history. 30-foot bombs, ridiculous no-look dimes, ice-cold free throws with the game on the line, quad contusion, back injury, minutes restriction. 45 points. Indiana wins 110-107 in one of the wildest games of the entire WNBA season. 2 days ago, her coach threw her under the bus. Tonight, she made her response impossible to ignore. Not on social media, not in a press conference, on the court. And she has less than 24 hours before she does it again, against the New York Liberty. This is the most remarkable 48-hour stretch of Caitlin Clark's entire career, and it is not over yet. Let me give you the full picture, because this story only hits the way it should when you understand everything that happened in the 48 hours before tip-off. Wednesday night, Kia Stokes kneed Clark directly in the quad. Clark crashed to the floor near the stanchion, limped off, went to the locker room, came back and played 26 minutes on a compromised leg. She said afterwards, "The ref cannot miss that. I have to play with a contusion the rest of the game. It is ridiculous." Her coach's response at the podium? "She seems to always be initiating the contact." Thursday, recovery day, back-to-back schedule looming. Head coach Stephanie White already said they would manage Clark's workload. Questions everywhere about whether she could even play Friday. Friday night, Seattle Storm, Gainbridge Fieldhouse, 17,000 fans. Clark answered every single question, in the most emphatic way possible. From the opening possession, Clark looked locked in. Seattle came with a game plan. Pressure her high above the arc, force the ball out of her hands, make someone else beat them. It did not matter. Clark drilled her first three, then another, then a 33-footer, from so far out that fans were rising before the ball even left her hands. The building was on its feet before it went in. Seattle had no answer. Every time they collapsed on her outside shooting, Clark punished them with laser passes through traffic, no-look dimes that had teammates laughing in disbelief. By halftime, Clark had already made her statement, but Seattle refused to go quietly. The Storm answered every Indiana run with one of their own. Lead changed hands repeatedly. Every time Indiana looked ready to pull away, Seattle came back. This was not going to be a blowout. This was going to require everything Clark had. And she had been kneed in the quad 48 hours before tip-off. She did not care. Fourth quarter, game tied. The crowd is holding its breath. And this is when Caitlin Clark stops being a basketball player and becomes something else entirely. She attacked the basket, knocked down free throws with ice in her veins, buried momentum-shifting shots that kept Indiana alive every time Seattle threatened to pull away. No panic, no hesitation, no visible pain from the quad that was kneed 2 days ago. Just complete and total confidence. The deeper the game went, the stronger she became. And then, the play that brought 17,000 people completely out of their seats. Clark behind the back, steps back, connects, three-pointer. The building detonated. And Kelsey Mitchell was right beside her the entire way, exploding for over 30 points of her own, attacking from every angle, punishing every defensive mistake Seattle made while chasing Clark around the perimeter. The Clark-Mitchell combination created a nightmare with no solution. Defend Clark, Mitchell scores. Defend Mitchell, Clark launches logo threes. Indiana pulled away. Seattle made one final push. Clark answered. Final buzzer, 110-107. Indiana wins. 45 points, franchise record, career high. Caitlin Clark walked off that court, quad contusion, back injury, minutes restriction, and had just played the greatest individual game in Indiana Fever history. Here is what makes Friday night different from every other career-high performance you have ever seen. Clark entered this game with a quad contusion, fresh, from Wednesday. She has a back injury that forced her to miss 5 games earlier this season. She was on a minutes restriction, her coaching staff managing her workload. 3 games in 4 days. Her own coach had publicly suggested, with sarcasm, that Clark initiates her own contact. The referees had missed a direct knee to her quad 2 nights before. Her team entered the night at 14-10, desperate for momentum. Every single thing was working against her, and she scored 45 points. Not her career high in college, where she was playing against smaller competition. In the WNBA, against professional defenders, while injured, while restricted. She said after the game, with the kind of calm that only Clark has, "I know what I'm capable of, and I know what this team is capable of. That is not trash talk. That is not bravado. That is a player who knew exactly what she was going to do before she did it." On a quad contusion, with a back injury, against the Seattle Storm, 45 points. Here is the full picture, and it connects every thread of the 2026 WNBA season. Caitlin Clark has been choked, elbowed, kneed, blamed by refs, blamed by her own coach, left off anniversary posters, ranked 11th by peers, had congressional letters written on her behalf, had a commissioner cancel interviews on her behalf, had fans fired from jobs on her behalf. She has missed 5 games with a back injury, has 2 quad contusions this season, the same injury that limited her to 13 games in 2025. She earns $77,000 from the WNBA. And on Friday night, after the most physically and institutionally hostile 3 weeks any star athlete has faced in recent memory, she walked into her home arena and scored more points than any Fever player in franchise history. Michael Jordan was asked why he played so hard every night. He said, "Because someone in the stands might be seeing me for the first time." Clark scored 45 points on a quad contusion in front of 17,000 people, some of them, maybe, for the first time. And in less than 24 hours, she has to do it again against the New York Liberty. Every single person who has doubted her this season, every referee, every peer voter, every anonymous coach quote, every sarcastic press conference, is about to watch her play a back-to-back. Counting her out has been the most dangerous mistake anyone has made in the 2026 WNBA season. And nobody seems to have learned their lesson yet. Kneed on Wednesday, blamed by her own coach, 45 points on Friday, franchise record, career high, and she plays the New York Liberty in less than 24 hours. Subscribe right now, because the Liberty game reaction video is coming tomorrow and you do not want to miss it. Drop a comment. Is Caitlin Clark's 45-point game the greatest individual performance in WNBA history given the context? Because I genuinely cannot think of one that comes close.